We're back.
Oh, fuck. It's over here on that side.
Oh, wow. That's different.
I wonder if it's because it's not big.
No, I don't think that has anything to do with it.
Let me see.
Yeah, no, it's
That's
just the way
weird.
it's set up. And I'm on the top being on this side now instead of being on the bottom being on that side.
What the fuck is happening?
I don't know. What are you doing? Okay,
No.
so basically how I was talking about my last episode about my crazy office, actually the next day, instead of recording like we said we were going to, didn't do that. I came out and I cleaned the heck out of my office, even though it's not totally clean yet. But I really cleaned it up a lot and got my new desk set up. And so that's what's happening is we're on my computer instead of the old computer that we used to use.
Yeah, like the last episode where we kept saying, and we're recording tomorrow, and we're recording tomorrow. It's been like 2 weeks.
Yeah, it didn't happen. I apologize.
That's okay. Tomorrow turned into like 13 days.
But hey, I finished with A's and B's this semester for grad school.
I saw A and A minus.
I'm going to get a B in accounting.
Oh, no.
But I think I'm going to get a B plus though. So it's fine.
Yeah.
But anyway, no, I feel good about it. So that's what the holdup has been.
Well,
But here we are.
here we are. But it's all weird because her audition on this computer is weird.
Audition is what we record on. It's called Adobe Audition.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll just shut the hell up and get rolling.
Yeah, I'll edit it. I'll fix it to make it look right. I don't know. You just have to like disconnect where the level is at and then reconnect it on the bottom, like flip it on its side and reconnect it to the bottom, like station it there.
It's fine. I'll get used to it. It just tripped me out.
It's fine. I'll get used to it.
Well, because the one time we recorded and it was going to the computer and we were like, why is this weird? And then now we're doing it and I'm like, why is this weird?
But no, it's just because of the placement of that, not
Yeah.
that anything's off with the audio.
Yeah, it's the placement of our sound levels.
Yes, so we're fine.
We're
All right,
fine.
what's your disturbing fact, Mama? What you got
Okay.
for me?
Did you know that pineapples can eat you?
The bromine eats you? Yeah.
So
Or
yes,
bromoline?
you did. Bromoline.
Bromoline?
No, bromelain.
Bromelain?
Yeah, bromelain. Well, okay then, never mind. We're done with my disturbing fact.
You can talk
me
about what
then.
bromelain is. I don't really know what it is. All I know is that it eats you, and it's really good for, if you're a lady, for your private regions. I know that, and I know that it's really good for, like, your gut health, too.
Okay, well, we're done.
I don't know what the bromelain does, though.
Dude, you just literally said what it does. I don't know what it does except for the things that I just said.
Well,
which
is there
are what it
anything
fucking
else
does.
that has bromelain, or is it only pineapple?
I
Is it
don't fucking know. I
exclusively
just looked at pineapple. Okay, so I'm just going to roll with it. But since you
Yeah.
already know everything, Miss Smarty Pants. Okay, so
Because
pineapples.
I'm on TikTok.
Yay. So pineapples have an enzyme called bromelain that can break down proteins. And the enzyme breaks down proteins and can actually eat your body. But it doesn't. But it does. So like
But it does, but it doesn't.
But it
All right,
doesn't when
and
it
now I'm
does.
confused.
So if you eat pineapple and you get like that tingly feeling inside your mouth, it's because the bromelain is literally eating the protein inside your mouth. But when you swallow it, then your stomach acid prevents it from continuing to eat stuff. Like it can't.
It makes it inactive for eating things.
Yeah, your stomach acid just neutralizes it so it can't like eat your insides.
It makes it inactive.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so when it's tingly, that's what the feeling is. It's not that it's rotten pineapple that's starting to ferment.
Well, I can't speak for all the pineapple that is being consumed by people, but yeah, it's like literally just breaking down the proteins in your mouth. And pineapples have two types of bromelain, one in the stem and one in the flesh. So both versions of bromelain digest protein, but they have slightly different structures. So when the proteins have different structures, then the function that they perform is different. So the stem bromelain is better at digesting proteins than the fruit bromelain. So bromelain isn't like, if you were eating the stem, it would be even worse. So if you ate the stem, like the little things you pull out to see if it's right, like the hair piece, the green part.
The top?
Yeah. But they call it the stem in this article. So if you were eating that might fuck you up inside, but you wouldn't eat that anyway. So unless you're really weird. I don't
or
know.
hungry.
Yeah, or that.
You're really weird. Well, I mean, I feel like people don't like to eat like the greens of strawberries, but people do eat them because all they are is like just leaves.
Yeah, but the green of a pineapple is
It's
like
hard.
sharp and hard, and
Yeah,
yeah,
like a palm leaf.
yeah. It just,
Okay, well, interesting. Thank you.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Thanks for knowing it before I said it.
I'm sorry. That's like fucking when I was doing fucking John Gotti, and you're like, did you know that they called him the Teflon Don?
Okay,
Did
my
you
bad.
know blah, 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 blah.
Did you know that if you eat too much pineapple in one sitting that your mouth will hurt and that your tongue might feel like it was scrubbed with sandpaper?
Well, I bet it
that
gets your tongue
body-
really clean, though, because it kills all this fucking shit on your tongue.
Well, and that the tissue in your mouth heals faster than any other tissue in your body. And saliva actually comes with your body's own kind of version of painkiller.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah. Huh. There you go. I taught you something.
You did teach me something. Well, I
Yeah.
guess it makes sense, though, that that part of your body heals faster, because I always burn the roof of my mouth on pizza, and then it's like fine the next day.
Yep. You can still manage to eat another piece of pizza the next day. That
Exactly.
happens to me all the fucking time too.
Every
And
time
would
I eat
swear
pizza,
to God, I'm not going to do it again.
And then I do
And then
it.
I do it every fucking time.
Oh, every time I eat pizza, I burn the roof of my mouth.
Yep.
Like,
Take all the skin off the roof of your mouth.
exactly. Like right behind my two front teeth. Like
and
right
further
there.
back, depending on how deep you bite that piece of pizza.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, and speaking of pizza, we got this pizza.
Yeah.
I got this. So the other day we wanted frozen pizza, and I went to the
We
store.
do love that frozen pizza, though.
Well, yeah, because
It's easy. And I
Well-
was in the middle of finals, and it was all just happening at the same time. And I said, I need pizza tonight. And you said, what about leftovers? And I said, no pizza.
and Daphne's dad got this pizza from Costco that he really likes a lot, and so he wanted to eat pizza, and we don't like it because it has meat on it. And not that we don't eat meat, but I don't like meat on my pizza because I feel like it makes it greasy. Unless it's like a cheeseburger pizza, then I'll eat that. But that's only because
I like turkey
cheeseburger.
pepperoni.
And I like cheeseburgers a lot. So, any hoodles, I went to the store to get Daphne and I pizza with no meat on it. And there was the Surfer Boy pizza from Stranger Things. And it literally it says Netflix, Stranger Things, Surfer Boy pizza. And it was fucking good.
It was delish.
Yeah,
We
and
got the pineapple jalapeno one because that's like our go-to when we go out to eat pizza.
Yeah.
Or when we make pizzas at home, whatever the hell we're doing with our lives. We always do pineapple jalapeno is what Mom and I do.
Yeah.
That's our thing. Like when we go to Cosmos Pizza, that's my fave. Pineapple jalapeno all the way, man.
Yes.
Anyway.
Sweet hot.
Yeah, sweet hot. It's so good. Yeah,
And-
that was a really good
And
pizza.
we also digest the enzymes in our mouth to clean our mouth.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, we like pineapple on our pizza, so that way we can eat our own bodies.
Anyway, so just side note,
It was really good.
it was really good. So if you see it at the store and you're like, oh, I don't know if it'll be good, it was really fucking good. And not all frozen pizza is really fucking good.
Yeah.
It was really fucking good. And I ate the last piece, and Daphne goes, was that the last piece? And she was very sad.
I was very sad. I know I need to go get more of it. It was good.
It was good.
I love pizza.
Okay.
Pizza's like my strange addiction. I feel like I try and eat like, I guess it's not a strange addiction. It's really good.
Yeah, it's fucking pizza. If you ate crickets or something, that would feel like a strange addiction.
I definitely don't eat crickets. But I was going to say, I feel like I try and eat like relatively balanced. Like almost every morning I have like an egg scramble with mushrooms and roasted red peppers. Sometimes I eat cookies and donuts.
I'm looking at Daphne because she's like, very balanced.
I try to eat balanced.
As we're fucking
I
sitting
do
there
eat my
watching
share of...
Gilmore Girls eating corn pops out of the box.
Oh, I thought you were talking about our dozen mini donuts, like, or dozen mini cupcakes I got the other day.
Or that.
But, there's still 4 of them. There's still 4 of them left.
Yep.
It's fine.
And we ate grapes with them.
You did eat grapes with them. It's all about the balance, man.
Yep.
Yeah, and I've been eating cucumbers.
Yeah, I ate
So-
cucumbers too.
It's all good.
Right.
But yeah, my scramble has vegetables in it that I eat in the morning.
There
Yeah,
you go.
pizza. I love
Super
pizza.
balanced.
I could eat pizza like every day.
I couldn't, but I could eat a lot.
I could.
Yeah.
Oh, I have eaten pizza every day at one point in time.
All right. Let's get to your...
Okay. So today I wanted to like switch gears a little bit to a not true crime.
Grinding.
Yeah. Skirt. To a not true crime thing. just so we could have something to work with, because what I'm doing has been taking me a long time because I'm finding like super detailed details, not just like, yeah, this is what happened and X murdered Y. No, it's like X murdered Y and then. So
And then what happened was.
yeah. Which isn't always the case for the things that we do. We don't always find a super amount of detail, but I'm finally finding a lot of detail.
Plus, also, we're a disturbing podcast, and it's not only true crime's disturbing, it's other things that are disturbing.
Yeah, but I was also going to say, we both do our due diligence to cases, and like, if we have to like fucking say, hey, we can't record tonight because we're still working on this, then we respect that with each other and like doing the most we can do. Like shit, I think we've both, oh God, Samuel Little, we've already talked about this. That one took me like a month and a half to put together. Other ones have taken us like super long. Betty Lou Beats, you worked on that for at least, I want to say like 6 weeks, 8 weeks maybe.
And Mary Bell, I worked on that one for a long time too.
Yeah.
And then we have to like crank out a little quickie in the middle.
Yeah, exactly.
So here we are with a little quickie.
Yeah, but this is a crazy little quickie.
We try to still be good. Just because it's a quickie doesn't mean it'll suck.
Doesn't mean it's a baddie.
But we'll let you know if it does.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks, Mom.
Sure.
Okay, so today we're doing the Sallie House. Ever heard of it?
I have, but I totally can't remember. But I feel like since I used to watch Ghost Adventures all the time, I had to have seen an episode about it.
Dude, bro.
Exactly.
Dude, bro. I had to stop watching because that's what they always said. Dude, bro. Dude, bro. Dude, bro. But I do like the movie, where he bought that house.
The Hell House?
Yeah, the Demon House.
The Demon House. There you go.
Yeah, I do like that movie about that house with him.
It's pretty creepy.
And I really like Zach Bagans. I think he's really beautiful.
Just annoying to listen to.
Yeah, just the show can be annoying. It can be a lot. It's like, show me the ghosties.
Right.
Anyway, okay. The Sallie House is located at 508 North 2nd Street in Atchison, Kansas, which I'm having a really hard time. Every time I've researched in my brain, I've been wanting to say Atchison, and I don't know why when there's no N in it. It's just Atchison. It was built sometime between 1867 and 1871 by Michael C. Finney for him and his family to live in.
So wait, it was built sometime in that time, or it started in 1867 and was done in 1871?
It was built sometime in that frame. That time frame is when it was built.
Okay.
I don't know if it took that long or they just don't know exactly when it was completed. But sometime...
Well, they got to know when it was completed. They just don't know when it was started.
Sure. But Michael died in 1872.
Oh, shit.
Like right after the house was
That
finished.
sucks.
He lived in it for like 4 days. He's like, no, I don't know about that. I just guessed. I actually don't know if that's true. But he and his wife, Kate, passed it down to their son, Charles.
Did Kate get to live there for a little bit?
I don't know.
Or did Charles get the house and was like, okay, Mom, you're going to a nursing home?
Okay, Mom, you're out. It has 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. And it is believed to be one of the most haunted houses in the United States.
Ooh, I like that. Except for I don't want to stay there. But I like that it's...
You wouldn't stay there with me?
Probably I would.
I was going to say, if I bought us a night there, you would stay.
Yeah. Probably. Because we stayed at the Stanley. Anyway.
We've stayed at the Stanley multiple times.
Yes, we have.
And we want to stay at the ones that you did the Haunted Denver Metro on as well.
At the Lumber Baron?
Yeah.
Yeah. That other one's closed.
Oh.
But yeah, the Lumber Baron. But I don't think that's as haunted as like those ones in Victor, Colorado that I really want to go stay at.
Yeah, I want to stay in Victor, Colorado too. Go stay at those hotels. I went and saw them in person and they're pretty cool.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay, sorry, continuing. So it's like for real haunted though? Not just like open in September and close the first weekend of November for spooky season. Like it's always on spooky season, this house. Like there's some weird shit that happens there. Like you're going through like the 13 floors and then like, except for it's like always. and there's like, no hired actors. It's like ghosts.
So they work for free?
They work for free is what I'm hearing. Eternal damnation. They're like, God damn it. I gotta scare people for free.
What is your hell? Working for free. Here you go.
Same. All right. Okay. So the house is called the Sallie House because a little girl named Sally died there in 1906.
Aww.
But she didn't live in the house.
Okay.
I'm explaining.
She just died there?
I'm explaining.
Was she there for like a sleepover?
I'm going to explain the story.
Okay. Sorry.
So Charles Finney, Dr. Charles Finney, lived in the home around the turn of the century, and he had an exam room on the first floor of the home, and then he and his family lived upstairs. And I found out a little bit about Charles. So here it goes. So after he graduated from medical school, he set up his practice in his home, and he began figure skating, and he was very talented at it.
Well, that's good. He had a hobby.
Yeah, and then he also started roller skating. And he's like, I can do this, so I'm going to add on.
Right.
I can go on skates. I'm going to go on wheels.
Well, and in Kansas, it's really, really cold, so you could probably ice skate on lakes and stuff. But then when the weather gets nice, you're like, damn, I can't ice skate anymore. So then that's where roller skating maybe comes in.
Perhaps that's smart.
Seasonal activities.
Perhaps that's a good thinking way, because we're talking
good thinking way.
Because we're talking about the early 1900s, and so
they might not have had an indoor skating
rink.
I
didn't think about that, because in my head the whole time I'm imagining like an indoor skating rink
and a Zamboni going behind it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm imagining the movie Ice Princess, because he would often dress in drag during his act, and he called himself Miss Lily Montrose.
Huh.
And in his drag act, he won a lot of competitions.
Well, then there has to be an indoor skating rink, right?
Why does that make any sense? You can do it outside like that.
I don't know, because I feel like if it's a competition, who's going to stand around a lake and watch you?
The judges.
Okay.
So,
wait, were there a lot of people in these competitions that were dressed in drag?
I don't know. But then he was denied going into male competitions because of his drag act. They're like, you're gender bending and we can't have you in the male competition. So maybe he was doing women's competitions. I'm not really sure.
That's fucking weird.
There's like just a short little snippet of a newspaper article that I could find about this. So that's basically
weird.
What it said. That he was a gender bender and they didn't like that in the male competitions. And yeah, I don't know, but it's the early 1900s. It's not acceptable like it is today. Like, I always watch RuPaul and I love it.
I know, but I was just thinking that
I would love it if they went fucking ice skating on RuPaul's. Can we vote, make that a thing?
Well, I was just thinking though, like if they don't like gender bending and it is the early 1900s, I'm surprised they would let him compete in drag.
But I think maybe it came out later when he was trying to like enter a specific kind of competition.
Oh, so they thought he was a woman, maybe.
Perhaps
so
that's
it was
what
like
happened.
She's the man.
Yeah, she's the man. Exactly.
Or
man's the she. Man's the she.
Yeah. Well, backwards of she's the man.
Yes, opposite.
Okay.
So after he like stopped because he was discouraged by being not allowed to enter the male competition, he devoted everything he had into his medical practice, and he was known to like be a good doctor, that people liked him.
That's good.
He had patience.
He had doctor skills.
Yeah, he had doctor skills, I guess. In 1914, he was elected as the mayor of Atchison, and he served until 1916 when he was forced into stepping down, like he was coerced into it because of something to have to do with an alcohol sale. But this is before Prohibition. That started in 1920. So I don't really know what was up with that, but maybe like the county or something had like alcohol laws that he wasn't, of some nature, and he broke those alcohol laws as the mayor.
I don't know.
But yeah, he was basically like coerced into stepping down. So then...
Or forced.
Yeah, forced, coerced, because maybe they blackmailed him.
Something.
So Sally's mother brought her super sick 6-year-old daughter. Super sick 6-year-old daughter. Wow, Daphne.
Her super sick 6-year-old daughter named Sallie.
Yeah. Super sick 6-year-old Sallie to the doctor's house. And the doctor was like, yep, she's super sick because she's got appendicitis. So we need to operate like right now.
Oh, shit.
And so they did an emergency appendix removal in someone's house. And like, that sounds super safe. But actually at this time, I'm sure it was like common because I bet there weren't like a lot of doctor practices. Like there were just like home setups like this. So it's fine.
Hospital?
There were hospitals.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But I don't know why this was a thing, but it was.
Okay.
So
he's like, there's no time to get to the hospital.
Yeah.
Give me the chloroform.
Yeah, basically. Anyway, he started operating on her before the anesthesia kicked in.
Oh, my God.
And she started screaming, and then her body started turning limp, and she went completely pale. And she passed away very traumatically, thinking that she was being tortured.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
She wasn't thinking she was being tortured. She actually was being tortured.
Yeah, but I mean, it was for the right reasons.
Yeah, but if you're having surgery and you're awake, that's torture.
That's true. That is torture.
Yeah. She was legit in her feelings.
Yeah. It's like the human centipede.
What?
I think all those people are awake when they get sewn together.
What?
The human centipede?
I don't know about a human centipede.
The movie? I
I've never
believe
seen it.
all of those people are alive when they're sewn together.
I have never seen the human centipede.
It's pretty fucking gnarly.
And I feel fine about that.
It's pretty visually disturbing.
But I'm sure if it's a movie about people being sewn together, they're probably alive.
Yeah. It's gross.
Awake.
Yeah, well, that's what I meant. They're awake. They're awake during their procedure of being sewn together. Okay, but that's just one version of the Sallie story.
Okay.
So another version is that Sallie was actually Dr. Finney's love child from an affair.
Okay.
And when she became ill, she had to go to Dr. Finney instead of going to the hospital because, like, he didn't want the reputation ruined. So basically, she just, like, went to him because people didn't want her, like, he didn't want people to know that that's his love child.
Well, but how would they know if she went to the hospital or didn't go to the hospital? Or, like, don't people in town know Sallie and they don't question it and she can only go to him?
I guess she can only go to him, yeah.
But where is she going in the meantime?
He's a doctor.
No, but I mean, she can't go to the store. She can't go to school. She can't, like,
Well,
go
who knows?
anywhere.
She's sick. She might not be going anywhere yet.
She should be going places.
I don't know what it's like when you're born in 1900 and as a 6-year-old in 1906.
I feel like you're fucking getting chicken eggs and shit.
Perhaps. I
Doing
don't know.
stuff.
I don't know, dude.
Playing kickball in the street.
So same story though, that she was really sick with appendicitis and then he operated on her.
Okay. So same story, just different scenarios of where Sallie originated from.
Yes.
Okay. Was Sallie's mom a single mom?
I don't know, because the story of Sallie has never actually been confirmed.
Oh, I hate that.
It's just a legend, and there is no record of Sallie in Dr. Finney's records that we know of.
Oh, well, that goes to the love child theory.
Yeah.
Because, yeah.
Perhaps, yes, because then there's no record of her at all. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the Finney family, they lived in the house until, like, they all had passed away, but of natural causes.
Mm-hmm.
And so then for the first time of the house being built, you know, the family lived in it until 1947 when everyone had passed away by that point, and then it was sold to other families.
Okay.
So there's multiple other people who, like, lived in the house throughout the years, but our story is going to be talking about the couple who bought the house in 1993.
Okay.
And that would be Tony and Debbie Pickman, and they were expecting their first child when they moved into the house. So sometimes lights would flicker in the house, but ours do that too. We need to change our bulbs. So, like, nothing out of the ordinary for houses, except for if it's haunted and and it's not a dead bulb flickering. So the couple had their son a month or so after moving into the home, and everything in the house was fine until it wasn't. Strange mold started, like, growing on objects in the house, like, just out of nowhere. Just, like, mold would show up one day.
Weird.
Yeah, super gross. Their dog was always growling at, like, nothing. What appeared to be nothing to the naked eye anyway. Mm-hmm. Near the upstairs nursery, which I heard 2 reports, except for the fact that the nursery was upstairs, which then would contradict the story that that's the room that Sallie died in, because they said the practice was downstairs, was on the lower level of the house. But perhaps that was, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess if she did die there, then the story's flipped and the practice was on the second level and the family lived on the first level.
Or maybe she died and they moved her body to the second level.
When she was dying, or he just did surgery upstairs. Yeah. He was like, oh, wait, shit, I got my scalpel up here and there's a comfortable bed as opposed to just a chair.
Right, maybe.
So, yeah, the area, though, where Sallie was operated on, they said would become cold, which I'm assuming was downstairs because they didn't say. But then they said, yeah, there's just multiple different accounts of it. So who knows what the real story is.
Yeah, bastards, get your story straight.
So
I hate that.
The couple came home one day to find their son's stuffed animals all arranged in a circle on the floor of the nursery.
Was Paul Anka there?
Paul Anka was not there. But he puts them in a straight line and they're all shoes.
But he had her books in a pile.
He didn't have her, he, like, knocked over her shelf.
No, the shelf was still standing, just the books
I think he just piled them down.
Okay.
I don't know, but Either
But
way,
it wasn't Palenka.
a pile versus a straight line is not a circle. I'm all trying to show my mom like pile as I hold my arms to myself versus a straight line as I hold my arm out versus a circle as I put my arms in a circle.
Because I don't know what shapes and piles are.
Nope.
Or straight lines.
Or straight lines. And some toys would often like play on their own.
Ooh, that's weird.
So neighbors would say that the nursery lights would be left on at all hours, even after the Pickmans said that they turned them off. And obviously, like, this would disrupt their baby's sleep. And so their baby would be awake a lot. And they'd have to, like, go and turn off the lights and they'd turn back on.
Oh, that sucks.
I would, at that point, take out the bulbs.
Or give the baby an eye mask.
Yeah, one or the other. So things in the house would physically start moving when Tony was in certain areas. And then things took a really dark and ominous turn in the house, like Tony being physically attacked with scratches showing up on his chest and stomach and spine.
Ooh.
And just like random little fires being set in the house.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And not in the fireplace, I'm assuming.
No, like all of a sudden, like candles would just be fucking lit. Shit would catch on fire. Yeah. And they said that the candles too that were lit would have like fingerprints on the top of the wax. Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, it is weird, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Tony learned the story of Sallie, I guess. And then they like attempted to adopt her as their ghost kid.
Make nice with Sallie.
Make nice with Sallie. But the attacks continued to happen. So one time, the crew of the show Sightings was at the house. And they got footage of Tony getting scratches on his body, like showing up like as they're recording.
Ooh, creepy. Did you see that? Did you find that?
No, I didn't watch it.
Oh.
I'm sure we can find it, though.
I'm sure we can. I was going to say I'm sure we probably maybe can, but I bet we definitely maybe can, probably.
But we definitely maybe can, probably, yeah. Definitely maybe probably can, yeah. That's probably maybe definitely a thing we could do, yeah.
We probably won't because
we won't remember.
Right.
But we would like to. So at their son's B-Day party, one of the toys, I wrote B-Day party, birthday party. I abbreviated shit for myself in my notes, even though I shouldn't do that because then I say that shit out loud. Like up top where I had in my notes, like I was thinking to myself, this time I was like, I'm not letting any of my good thoughts while I'm researching slip away. So I put all of my thoughts down as I'm recording, like as little like sub notes under my notes.
As you're writing?
As I'm
recording.
As I'm researching. And so I put up top in my notes about the spooky season thing, I put FR, but I think I said for real. I hope I did. I don't know.
Oh, crap.
I don't know. When we edit, we'll find out what I really said.
I don't think you said FR.
Okay.
Because I would have been like, what?
Okay. But anyway, I don't know where I caught on to this. So at their son's birthday party.
Yes.
One of the toys just caught on fire.
Ooh.
Code damn. That's been my new Daphneism is code damn. We got a code damn up in here. So 2 years after moving in, they moved out. Because it was a lot for the family with Tony being attacked all the time and things happening often. So important note that Debbie and their son were never attacked.
Only Tony.
Only Tony.
Okay.
He's the only one that got attacked. So Debbie believes, I need to stop saying I've been saying a lot in this.
So like
code damn.
I threatened to mace myself in the last episode for saying so, yet I continued to do it. No mace was brought forth to me.
I know. We apologize if in the future you guys might hear a little. It's probably our wrist being snapped with rubber bands.
Right. But to be fair, if I would have maced myself, we wouldn't have been able to continue with the episode because I wouldn't have been able to see my notes.
Correct. And you don't have any mace readily available.
Nope. In my car, I do.
Me too. But that's not quite readily available in my office.
Right.
Okay, so.
But
that was more like a transitioning. If we may proceed, Debbie believes that Sallie is not a little girl who is a ghost, but something evil that's like masking as a little girl to gain trust.
Is that like Annabelle?
I guess.
How Annabelle was like
Yeah. Except for that Annabelle's not in a doll pretending to be a little girl. Sally's like... Annabelle is in a doll pretending to be a little girl. That's actually something evil. Sally is just fucking a ghost.
A free spirit. A free form.
She's a free spirit.
Well, she's
I don't know if
in anything.
I don't know if her eternal damnation would consider her to be a free spirit working for free, haunting people. So, Debbie Hickman actually wrote a book called The Sallie House Haunting, a True Story. And she and Tony from this experience went on to become paranormal investigators.
Oh, that's good.
It's interesting. It's kind of cool. Because I read a snippet of the book. I didn't buy the book, though, because it was $59. So I was like,
jeez.
That's like more than some of my textbook costs sometimes. Sometimes not, though. But
That's
anyway.
A lot.
Yeah, it is a lot.
Could you get it on Audible with one of our credits?
I don't know.
However, we're done now, so.
Yeah, we are done. In the intro, though, that I was able to read, like, the sample of the text, she was saying that, like, she always wanted a paranormal experience and that Tony had had a few before and that he didn't like it and, like, he wanted nothing to do with it.
Yeah, he became a paranormal investigator.
Yes, so maybe because he's more susceptible to it, that he's, like...
Fuck it, I'll just go with it.
Like a medium of some sort.
Gotcha.
Like able to have some kind of relationship with the other side. Okay, anyway. There we go. Anyway, the Kansas Paranormal Group discovered there is also a middle-aged woman who haunts the home and is apparently the one who is behind the sinister activity.
Okay.
So Tony reported seeing an apparition of a young girl in the kitchen and said that his attacker was a young woman. Why are you looking at me like that?
Because you said a young woman and then you said a middle-aged woman and then you said a girl, but not in that order.
That Sally was a girl.
No, you said a middle-aged woman. Then you said he reported seeing a girl. And then you said a young woman. Or his attacker was a young woman.
Okay, so maybe we're talking about three separate ghosts.
Okay.
I don't know. This is all what I read. These are the notes that I read.
Okay.
But yeah, the Kansas Paranormal Group, they said that there's a middle-aged woman. Maybe Tony saw, like, little Sally, but said his attacker was... Maybe
a middle-aged woman.
Yeah, but that wouldn't be a young woman.
That wouldn't be.
So the house next door was built in 1889 by James Finney, who was Dr. Finney's older brother. And James, at one point, gave the deed to Joanna Barnes, who was a single divorced mother of 3 kids, and she was pregnant with her 4th child. So eventually, she was released in... I just read ahead. I'm sorry. Joanna was institutionalized on and off for years because she was violently insane.
Oh, geez. And she has 4 kids.
Yeah. And in 1899, she gave birth to her son, Frank. And then eventually she was released into the care of Dr. Finney, who believes she was in sound mind. And she returned home next door, like under his watch, under his care.
Okay, so he's a psychiatrist and a surgeon.
Apparently they do it all in the early 1900s. I don't know. Maybe there's no specialties. Yeah, because I was going to say he's just a regular physician. All of a sudden he's operating and now he's a mental health psychiatrist. Anyway, I guess, yeah, she was crazy and he was like the one keeping an eye and he reported that she was like back to normal. And so they like released her.
Okay.
So on September 24th, 1906, Joanna attempted suicide. She turned on the gas stove and laid down with Frank.
Aww,
who was 5.
That's sad.
And they were both overcome with fumes, but Joanna lived and Frank did not.
Aw, that's really sad.
Really freaking sad.
I hate that.
So people believe that the young lady that's haunting the home is Joanna.
So she moved next door?
Well, she lived next door. It was her brother's, it was his brother's house.
Right.
So maybe it was all one property at one point with 2 houses on it.
Or because he was her doctor.
Yeah.
And he let her go and then she killed her son.
So she's back to haunt?
Mm-hmm. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah, perhaps. She came back for more. In the early 2000s, a pentagram drawing was found on the basement floor.
Ooh.
And so were items that were left behind from a satanic ritual.
Ooh.
I don't know what these items were.
So
Didn't
somebody
state
like
it.
broke into the house and did that?
I guess so.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, weird, right?
Yeah, I don't like that stuff.
And a luminol test was performed too, where there were signs of blood splatter in the master bedroom closet.
Ooh.
Yeah. I don't really know what's up with all that.
That's
And like, why wouldn't you paint? Like, what year did everything happen?
Yeah, but if you paint, blood comes through, I think, if you spray luminol.
Oh, really? Like, it
in
breaks
crime
down the
shows and
paint?
stuff. Well, it doesn't break down. It's just that the blood protein is still there.
You know, there's 100 layers of paint on the
You
wall.
didn't say 100 layers. You just said paint.
I said I just don't understand why they didn't paint.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I can't answer that. But I feel like in crime shows I've seen that people have attempted to like cover up blood splatter with paint, and then they still come in and spray luminol, and it still shows.
Maybe they should try 100 layers and see what happens.
Yeah, I bet it doesn't.
How to get away with murder.
Right. 100 layers.
100 layers of paint. So the house is said to have almost every single kind of ghost in it, like apparitions, weird disembodied voices, shadow people, spirits, dark energies that are strong enough to move things and attack people.
Jeez. So I wonder if it was built on something that's
what they talked about, that it might have been, but they weren't sure.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to jump ahead then.
No, I
was
saw
just
this.
throwing out that theory.
I saw this documentary, but I didn't keep watching the documentary because it was kind of annoying. And this one guy was talking about how he often like would be able to sense things, like if there were, you know, some kind of slaughter burial of some sort there, or like a mass, you know, like a mass death spot, like a cemetery of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't say anything about it being there. He just said he was gifted in that way.
Okay.
But he did attest to there being like multiple spirits happening in the home.
Okay.
The people who have visited the house, they say it's haunted by a demon. And others believe that it's a portal that allows the other side to enter into the physical world. And that's why the pentagram was there, because they're trying to like access a portal to like bring shit into to our physical world.
Sorry.
You're like looking at me.
I'm like spiral, staircase, or slide.
I want to go down the slide. Or I guess go up the slide if I don't know. How does that work?
I don't know. But
Well,
we already
don't. Yeah, your United States of what the fuck.
Oh yeah,
that you need to
that
continue.
Again.
Yeah, that we were talking about. But I just thought about it that like, but no, I guess, okay, so my brain's going back to Stranger Things, which I think we talked about in that episode, that like when they go to the upside down, but they do go down and then it's just flipped like right side up. And then like their normal world is like on the upside down, right? Like it's just, they're like mirrored each other.
Right.
I wonder if that's like ghosty world too.
I don't know. Or like purgatory.
Yeah. However, I feel like if ghosts are interacting with us here now, they need to be like on this plane. We just can't see them, right? Not be like below us. Otherwise, like what they would impact down there wouldn't make it up here.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, glad I got that out. So people have stated these things happening when they're visiting the house. That video and investigative equipment would stop working. Batteries that are like perfectly charged, brand new batteries, would just like drain on the spot. Sorry, that was me snapping because they're just draining. And I'm snapping as they drain. Moving objects. Unexplained scratches or bruises on their bodies during or after visits. Physical touches. Mysterious cold spots. And trained guide dogs refuse to enter the nursery. Yeah. Something sus is happening here.
Yeah, dogs have a sense.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Although, I don't know. I don't want to like say our house is haunted. I think my dog is just senile, and that's why we fight all the time, because she just sits there and barks.
Your dog doesn't count.
My dog is always barking.
Yeah.
My dog is not quiet.
No.
And she'll sit there and bark at the wall.
Yeah.
That's why we fight. Because I'm like, Pixie, what are you doing?
She's senile.
I'm like, turn around.
It's not because there's a ghost. It's because she's senile. That's why I said your dog doesn't count.
My dog is not normal.
No. And I don't mean your dog doesn't count. I just mean your dog doesn't count as being sensitive to a paranormal activity.
Yeah, that was confusing, though, that day that I was in the basement with the dogs, with Franny.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden she started barking at the laundry room. That concerned me because when I was a kid, I don't know. I probably already talked about it on the podcast. There's an episode of the show Supernatural. My mom's always bringing it back to Supernatural. And my parents used to make me watch it with them when I was a kid.
We didn't make you.
What else was I going to do?
Something else.
Not hang out with my lovely parents when I'm 6 years old.
Go play Barbies.
Anyway, there's the episode where they're, spoiler if you haven't seen Supernatural, the episode where they're investigating the house and the chick from Zoe 101 is on the episode. Not Jamie Lynn Spears, the other one, the one who plays Nicole. I can't think of what her name is in real life. Alexa something, I think.
Sure.
Anyway, when she's in that episode, spoiler, it's not a ghost. It's a real girl living in the walls who's like rejected by the owners of the house, and like they just like would feed her food through the walls and stuff. And then she broke out one day and killed them. And that's what happened. And then my mom looked at me when I'm a child and said, yeah, she lives in the crawl space of our basement. And I've never recovered.
Sorry.
I just haven't. Never got over that.
I'm sorry.
The girl in the walls is still there, and I have a hard time being in our basement.
I'm sorry.
Me too. I was tortured as a child.
I'm sorry.
And when Franny was barking into the laundry room where our crawl space happens to be, I was like, fuck, she's back. I said shit. And that was the morning after you were talking about the fact that you couldn't sleep and you had sleep paralysis.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that night was creepy. Yeah. That was one of those nights where I had sleep paralysis. I was in the basement sleeping. And
we have a puppy. That's why the basement's been a thing.
Yeah. So I was in the basement sleeping, and I don't know, it was just weird. Like I had sleep paralysis, and I had that like weird anxiety, scary feeling, and I couldn't move. And yeah. And then when I like woke up, or whatever you want to call it, was when I was free to move.
Yeah.
I did not want to go back to sleep for a while. I was like,
and then you kept calling it the incubus.
But yeah, I was like, it was horrible. Thanks for bringing that up. Now I'm going to be able to sleep tonight.
You're welcome.
I tend to block those things out. And then
Yeah,
Daphne
and
goes,
then-
hey, remember when?
And then the next the problem was then the next morning, the dogs are barking in that scary room where you tell me that the girl in the walls lives when I'm a fucking child and forever put a fear in the basement in me.
All right, we're saging the basement again tonight. We did sage after that.
Yeah, I brought down sage and sage twice.
Mm-hmm. It's time to sage again.
Time to sage again, for sure. So psychics have confirmed the presence of spirits dwelling in the home, and many have communicated with the spirits. And skeptics have left the house as believers. And visits by paranormal investigators have caught proof, right? Like of evidence of it being there as much, I guess, as you can, of audio, video, and photographic proof of paranormal activity. And even the non-believers who like never went into the house, but they say like something weird is going on and like they won't go in the house.
Oh.
Yeah. Like neighbors, people in like the area, they're like, yeah, we know better than, like, I don't even believe in ghosts, but something weird is happening here.
Yeah.
So people have also stated that they have seen the apparition of a young girl themselves, who many believe is Sallie, as well as the apparition of an older woman standing in the windows. And so I don't know if they're saying older woman, like in comparison to a 6-year-old child.
Okay.
Because that could very well be a thing, right? That like when they're talking about a younger woman, a middle-aged woman, they could be talking about like a 30-year-old. I don't know how old Joanna was, but they could be talking about someone that's like that age. And Joanna was real and did exist. This isn't a story. And like so is Charles. Like that. The only part of it that's never been confirmed is Sallie.
Okay.
And candles are known to light and burn on their own. Objects pick up and move through on their own. Others have reported disembodied voices of men, women, and children. People have reported scratching on the walls at night. That happens when you stay there. And furniture moving. And there have been reports of physical attacks and possessions. I know, I'm sorry, I totally brought down the vibe when I talked about the basement.
Yeah.
Freaked us both out.
Yeah.
And if you visit, you have to sign a waiver, even though no serious injuries have been reported since Tony Pickman. And notice I said no serious injuries. So if you go, you could probably expect like a few scratches. But I don't know like what truly serious injuries outside of scratches and bruises that happened to Tony Pickman. Like, I don't think anything ever, like, dropped on him or, like, pushed him over and, like, he broke a body part. But it says that no serious injuries have happened since Tony Pickman.
Okay, well, maybe he got really deep scratches.
Perhaps. He got infected.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, infection.
So there are self-guided tours, which cost $20 for a 1-hour tour. You can also stay there for $125 a night per person.
That's kind of cheap.
Per
per person. Never mind.
And there's a minimum of 2 people that have to stay there, so $250. But still, it's not bad to stay in a haunted place. Like the Stanley is way more expensive, but the Stanley's also like a luxury hotel.
Yeah.
I love the Stanley. It's so beautiful. So during spooky season, the cost is $150 per person a night.
So it goes up $30 or
25.
Sorry, I was thinking you said 120, but 20 for the hour tour. Okay.
Yeah. So there's a lot of paranormal shows about it. It's been featured on A Haunting, Most Haunted Town, Unexplained Mysteries, My Ghost Story, Ghost Adventures, and Sightings. But my favorite one that went and investigated it, the only one that I think I've seen thoroughly and probably seen it a few times. Can you guess what it is? We used to watch it all the fucking time and laugh our asses off.
No, I can't remember.
BuzzFeed Unsolved.
Oh, BuzzFeed. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, they have the
Sorry.
2 different like channels of the BuzzFeed Unsolved. They're fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
That's what...
Yeah. I'm sorry. That totally escaped my brain because I was thinking, well, Ghost Adventures. Because BuzzFeed Unsolved isn't always ghosty. Isn't mostly not ghosty. It's mostly other things.
Yeah, well, they do some ghost things, and then they do some, like, they talk about, like, alien invasions, and they talk about, and one guy is a total believer. I think Ryan's a believer, and Shane is the skeptic.
Mm-hmm.
And in that episode at the Sallie House, he, like, lays down where they found the pentagram. Shane does.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, turn on this flashlight if you want to eat Ryan's heart. And the fucking flashlight turns on, and Ryan's like, why'd you have to bring me into this? Ryan's always so scared. It's so funny. That is such a great show.
It is.
I think it's on Hulu and it's on YouTube for sure.
Yeah. Now I want to go watch it.
I love BuzzFeed Unsolved.
We haven't watched it for a long time.
Yeah, I think we haven't seen like one season because it ended. There's no more of it. But
sad day.
But there's like a few seasons of each because they do the true crime and then the like unsolved. Maybe it's called paranormal, but it's like the other side of it is like unsolved paranormal things, like the UFO stuff, weird places, that kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I remember.
Not true crime related.
I remember.
So there's the 2 different channels of it.
Yeah, I remember.
But oh my God, they're so funny.
So funny.
People believe the home is haunted by the ghost of Michael Finney, the original owner. His son, Charles Finney, who is believed to be angry about his skating and mayor career being cut short. Joanna Barnes, who would be an insane, literally, ghost to encounter, violently insane, killed one of her own children.
Ugh, that's so sad. Poor Frank.
And some people believe that Frank haunts the property, and of course, Sallie.
Yeah.
And that's all I've got.
Okay. Well, that was good.
It was a lot.
Yeah, especially with all the interruptions that I made. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's fine. It's fun. I'm sorry I brought down the vibe and the energy talking about the basement.
Okay. I totally forgot about it because the vibe had been brought so far up by the double saging.
Yeah. Well, we'll do it again tonight. Go double sage the crap out of it.
Yeah, but it hasn't.
Well, and I've been in the laundry room. Vibe. I've been in the laundry room all day today doing laundry, like in and out of there all day, and I feel fine. Sometimes I get weirded out being in there by myself, but I've been fine. I remember at one point in time, I wouldn't even go down to the basement by myself or at all.
Nope.
If I had to go down, I was like, nope, I'm not going. If I had to, nope, you can forget about it.
Yep.
I no longer have a need to go down there.
Yep.
You're telling me to go down there? No can do. I won't go.
No can do.
Yeah. That's because I was so scared of the girl in the walls coming to get me.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. I had a fun childhood.
Yep.
I was tortured by my parents. It's cool.
Well, you know, what do I say?
Why have kids?
Children if you can't fuck with them?
Why have kids if you can't fuck with them? Yeah. Code damn.
But that makes me sound like such a terrible parent. It is what it is.
It's fine.
Take it for what it is.
It's fine. I laugh about things now.
Because here we are, still having a great relationship.
I would say I laugh about everything now. Like, I laugh about all the things. Like, Well, there's one that I'm quite sensitive to, which is about the Easter Bunny and sunshine, but it's fine. Which I'm pretty sure the last one I talked about the Easter Bunny. Didn't I?
Yeah, I think so. But that was all your dad. That was not me.
Okay, so one year, it was nice enough outside. We live in Colorado. If you didn't know, we live in Colorado. And one year it was nice enough outside on Easter for my parents to like hide the eggs outside for me. And don't be listening to this with your children. And we have a pond out front. And there's a heron that comes and fishes our pond. And
I hate that bird.
we have a giant freaking koi.
Had
Giant koi before they went dormant because they do that every winter. And our aeration broke when it was the worst freaking freeze 2 years ago of history. Yeah, of Colorado's history. It was horrible. I don't actually think it was the worst freeze in Colorado history,
it was
but it
pretty
got
bad.
But it got
like 16 below.
It made like the top 10 record lows.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
In our history of like the time of year, whatever.
Yeah, it was bad.
And our aeration system died at the exact same time that had happened. Like just fucking random fluke that had happened. Anyway, so we had giant fish in the pond, right? And this one was my favorite fish. Her name was Sunshine. She was like all white. She was a gorgeous, long, beautiful koi. I'll never forget her. The heron used to come and pick up the giant fish, and then it couldn't carry them off because they were too big. So it would just drop them in our yard or on the street, wherever the fuck it could just like couldn't carry them anymore. So it just drop them.
But now it could because it's huge now.
Yeah, now it's like it has an 8-foot wingspan.
Yeah, it's the hugest fucking heron
not
ever.
span. Anyway, my dad, so the heron has white fur on it. And so when it dropped the fish.
White feathers. Like, it's like down.
Kind of. It has fur parts on it too. Because there was actual fur, not feathers attached.
Well, no, but down is like furish.
Okay, anyway.
Okay.
There was white fur on Sunshine and an Easter egg next to her. And my dad said the Easter Bunny did that. So that is one of the fond memories of my life. And then after that, I hated the Easter Bunny. I refused to participate after that.
Yep. Daphne hated the Easter Bunny.
My dad ruined it all for me.
Yep.
But the Santa stories are fun ones.
Yeah. And
which we'll get into another time.
Yeah, I think we've told those also.
All right. You can follow us on Instagram at That's Disturbing Podcast. Give us a follow there. Send us a case request. The things you do on the Grammarly-gram, do them there. And then
the Grammarly-gram?
The Grammarly-gram. I don't know. I just kind of pulled it out of my butt and I said it. I just said it. I just rolled with it because now the energy's in a funk.
I know.
I wish you could feel the energy in this room, peoples. It just went downhill after I said, remember the other day when you almost got eaten alive in the middle of the night by something?
Nope. I blocked it from my memory. But thank you for that.
So we also need to put frankincense on the back of your neck, too.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good tip. If you ever feel like something's eating you, put frankincense on the back of your neck.
Yep.
Okay, and you can send us a case request at our Gmail. That's disturbingpodcast@gmail.com. That's all I've got. You got anything else?
I don't.
All right.
Hopefully we get our shit together and start recording more frequently, but
we're
no
trying.
Promises.
We are trying. Well, we're both actively working on things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got Shoddy right here.
Yeah, I'm actively working on 3 things, unfortunately.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. My brain can't do that.
Yeah, my brain can't either, clearly.
Well, my brain, my brain can. I just try not to.
Yeah. Well, like I said, clearly my brain can't. But here we are.
Wherever you get there, there you are.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you, Mom. Thanks for being here. Okay, I'm actually on our Google Docs right now. Yeah, let's see. I'm working on 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 things happening. Fuck.
Oh, Daphne's trying to outdo me.
And I have a 5th one that I've also started.
Fuck. We're going to just try to finish a couple of them and get them out.
I have one that's like more of the forefront focus right now. That's like I'm coming to completion with it.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's what I mean. And then the other ones are good. They're going to be ready to go.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you. Bye-bye.